Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Today we have a special guest. Today we're going to talk about junior colleges. This is Jasmine. She went to a junior college and now she's in Cal State and she's thriving. And I'm so excited to see people are getting towards their dream in different manners. And this is one of the ways you can do it, going through junior college. So tell us, when did you start why did you decide you wanted to go to a junior college?
For me, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was last minute. So I graduated high school, my entire school journey was like a bump in the road and everything like that. So I decided last minute I wanted to go to college. So it's like, okay, junior college, let's do it. So literally, I think it was the day after graduation, I applied. So the day after graduation, I had applied, and then I got my acceptance thing and student ID, and then I was like, okay, let's do it. But for me, choosing the school I wanted to go to was based on my major.
Okay.
So I ended up going to
So how did you know you wanted to major in? Did you know from the beginning you wanted to major in something, or you just kind of? That's what I was gonna ask you. How did you know what you wanted to major in, and what school did you choose? Because there's so many junior colleges.
There's so many. So in the and I graduated from continuation school. So in the continuation school, we had the academics. It was for 5 hours, and then the rest of the day. How long is the school day? 8 hours. Mm-hmm. And then the rest 3 hours, 2.5, whatever it was, we had an art program. So it's every 10 weeks we had different types of art we get to work on. And the one that stuck with me was photography. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, you know what? Let me major in it. So I started off as a photography major, and then I had an art mentor. So the art mentor, he was like, Pasadena has a really good photography program. I don't remember what the other school was. And I was like, Pasadena, it's far. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So that's how I ended up choosing Pasadena.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't stick with that major, right?
I did not. Okay. I ended up, from there, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to want to do something else, because I unfortunately became that artist who was like, I don't think I can do it. So then, so all that happened. And then I tried doing, I was like, maybe photojournalism, and then I couldn't. And then I officially switched to sociology.
Okay.
So that's the journey.
And how did you like it in junior college? Do you feel, now that you're in a Cal State in junior college, do you feel like it's night and day, or is it the same thing?
It's harder.
Junior college is harder?
No. A 4-year university is harder.
Uh-huh.
Much harder.
Okay, so we moved a little bit. We moved rooms. Okay, so we were talking about, so what was the main difference now between junior college and college? What was the difference?
Yeah, so junior college, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually much easier to skim through readings and just answer everything that I needed right away. But now it's I actually have to put the work in it. So that's one thing. Also, junior college, I was actually really appreciative of one certain professor. This was for my what class? I think it was my African American history class. So he was telling us, he was like, when you guys, everybody transfers, because he was like, I know more than half of the class is going to transfer. Mm-hmm. So he pushed us to do a 10-page paper instead of a typical 8-page or 6-page or whatever. So that was actually the hardest class, and I'm really thankful for him. He was the only professor who did this, because transferring over, I had to do 10-page papers, 12-page papers. Mm-hmm. I still cried writing them and everything like that, but that was one thing that was very appreciative. Another thing that's kind of different is I feel like professors in junior colleges are much more passionate about what they're doing and teaching. Yeah, so it's that's another thing.
So they actually enjoy teaching. Yeah. And then would you say in university is a little different? Because I've had that experience, at least for me, for sciences. Mm-hmm. They were more into, some of them were more into I'm doing lab research and that's what I want to do. I have to do this teaching just because I have to do it. Is that the same thing?
That's kind of what it seemed like it felt like for me for a couple classes. And I was just like, oh, damn, okay, I'm interested in the subject, but you're really not helping me out. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of, for me, it kind of feels that way.
How about office hours? Is it the same thing where they're easily attained, being able to see the professors or on both ends, or is it harder to see professors now, or?
Kind of. I want to say it's kind of the same.
Okay.
Kind of the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't attend office hours.
Okay.
I would typically talk to the professor even before or after the class, but I
Okay.
like didn't really attend office hours because I had work and everything like that. So like,
Yeah.
I really didn't have time to do that.
Okay, but they're approachable.
But they're approachable.
Okay. So what would be one of the pros of going to a junior college in your opinion? What are some of the pros of going to a junior college for some people?
For me, it would be like I did save a pretty good amount of money. I want to say. Another thing would be, I want to say it's a little more flexible in a way. Man, I actually have not thought of this. Yeah, I want to say it's a little more flexible. I mean, either way, it's like you still have to do what you have to do.
I think another thing would be is if you're not sure that you want to go too far from home, like for college, I think it's a good thing to kind of see.
Yeah, that is, yeah, I actually, now that you're reminding me, yeah, there actually, you can, like, it's easier to transfer from one community college to another. For example, at some point I was doing, or like, to go to 2 different schools. At some point, one semester I went to Pasadena City College and I went to West LA. So it's like, it was Monday, Wednesday, I went to Pasadena. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I went to West LA, or vice versa it was.
Did you find all the classes? I know like some people have like worried about this. They go to junior college and they're not able to get all the classes that they really need to transfer. Did you?
Yeah, I managed to get all the classes.
Okay.
There was one class, but that was for like my previous major that I did that I didn't like retake. And that was like perfectly fine. I was kind of freaking out over it.
Yeah.
And then I transferred over and I was like, oh, okay, like I shouldn't freak out over it. It was fine.
Okay. And then also I think community college is a good, obviously for saving money, but I also think it's a good option for people that didn't do so well in high school.
Yeah, it really is. I feel I was one of those people, I like had trouble and everything like that. But I don't know why people put so much negativity to community colleges. It's a really good way to put your foot into higher education, and it's like there's so many opportunities there. The one thing that is a little difficult is finding a guidance counselor or like an advisor. That is hard to do. I actually managed to find one in the career center. So I would say, hey, like I want to speak to him, and they'd be like, are you here for career advice? And I was like, yeah, even though I wasn't. So that's like the only way I was able to see this certain counselor. But from there, it's like there's so many opportunities that they have, so many other like resources and everything like that not many people know are in community colleges. That
like what kind of? What example?
Well, there's of course the Veterans Center for those who are veterans. There is at Pasadena we had like a math tutoring center. It was on the 4th floor of this one building. It was like this huge room with like little study rooms and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they had that. Even the walls were made out of whiteboard. There's a library as well. There's been a couple of computer labs, writing centers. It was good. It was like a lot of resources, student lounging and everything like that.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes too it's a good way to introduce yourself into higher education, like how you said, and also possibly even like get better, like reinforce your education so then when you end up going to college it's easier for you to transition than actually going from high school to college.
It does make it easier. From high school to junior college, the transition for me was really hard. But it's like I still somehow managed. I also did receive some help. Like I was able to receive what is it called when you are able to register? Prior registration. So I was able to get that done. Have that, which helped me out a lot. I was a part of the they call it DSPS, the disability office. So the way I was able to get that, because it's like apparently mental health is a thing as well for that. I tried doing it at the school I am currently, but it's like a little more difficult. I need to talk to a therapist and everything like that. So I'm like currently trying to get that in process. Yeah. So
well, I'm glad you talked about your perspective in community college, because it's like you said, there's so many people that talk about it so bad, like, oh, it's not that good, it's not. It's actually a good stepping stone for somebody that's either not ready to move far or not ready to decide what they want to do. They're not sure if the college is for them, or to save money.
Yeah, it's also what you can also do. You can just get occupational certificates. Or or just certifications and things like that. Like I have one. I accidentally ended up graduating with my AA and a second AA. And I was like, oh, I didn't know this was happening.
Good.
And then if I go back, I can finish getting a portrait photography certificate. Occupational certificate.
And would you say it's easier to transfer in from a community college sometimes?
I want to say possibly yes. It could be easier. I would say probably depends because since I didn't go straight from high school into a 4-year. But I would say it's probably a little easier because you get most of your GEs done. So now it's like I'm trying to get the upper division classes, which it's like I'm like losing my mind over it, but
you're gonna be done.
Yeah,
you're gonna be done.
Almost there.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jasmine, for talking about junior colleges. If you guys have any questions or comments, put them down below and she'll answer them for you. And always never forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Bye.